awesome that you've attended all of them. Welcome to today's. I think that's just fantastic. And hopefully you're getting something out of each and every one of them. What I love about these meditations is, and any kind of work that we do with our subconscious mind, because that is the beauty of meditation, is it taps into our subconscious mind. But what's amazing about it is it will unlock memories, wisdom, thoughts, emotions throughout the days and weeks to come. So it's almost like we get to stir up this beautiful pot of wisdom that we get to tap into. Patty from Chicago, all of them. That's great. I'm so happy to hear that. This is a beautiful practice, and for anyone that's new to meditation coming into the call right now, this was basically my entry into meditation was actually through my hypnotherapy certification. So if you're just joining, my name is Christa King. I'm the CEO and founder of Fitlandia. I'm a certified hypnotherapist as well as a certified nutritional therapist. And my whole goal is to help you utilize the power of your mind to make healthier lifestyle changes. So during COVID-19, I've been blessed to partner with the Mountain Lodge Telluride, who's brought me on to deliver these Monday mountain meditations to you each and every week at 11 a.m. Mountain Time. 12 p.m. Mountain Time, 11 a.m. Pacific Time. I live in the Pacific Northwest, so sometimes I get my time zones mixed up. But the beauty of meditation is it's basically a form of hypnotherapy. It's a form of hypnosis. Our brain waves start to slow down. We get into a calm, relaxed state. It's very similar to prayer or daydreaming, what's actually happening in the brain. So whether we call it meditation, guided meditation, transcendental meditation, prayer, what's happening in the brain from a brainwave perspective and being able to slow it down and access the subconscious mind is all the same. And this is a great way to get started with meditation if you're new to it, is guided. So if you have a really busy, active mind like me, always off daydreaming and wandering, then this is a great way to be able to just follow my voice and join along on the journey. So before we jump into today's meditation, I want to give you a little backstory about why I'm so passionate about this topic. COVID-19, we're super stressed, fearful, anxiety, overwhelmed, feeling isolated, depression, all the things that come with this very challenging time that we're in. And what happens in the brain is it says, from a primal perspective, from a survival perspective, I need to feel safe, and I don't feel safe right now. So it is literally wired to go and find things that are going to make you feel safe. So even if they don't serve our health goals necessarily, they tend to fire up the reward center in the brain, which gives us a temporary sense of safety. So take this all the way back to infancy. When a baby is born, all of us, we either nursed or we were given milk, but that milk is very sugar rich. And it's actually designed that way to get the infant to start feeding, because the sugar fires up the reward center in the brain. So at a functional level, in our earliest moments of life, we started to equate sugar with survival. So that's one thing I want to share with you that a lot of people don't know about. Then the other piece of that is, if you think back, many of us had a first birthday party, and what was there? For some of us, a lot of people, and a cake. So now we're getting love and sugar and celebration all at the same time. So throughout our entire lives, the point of this is we are learning that sugar, and then later in life for many of us, refined carbs and alcohol, become a way to connect with safety and love. So it makes sense that whenever we're in a down state, that we reach for these things to give us even a quick boost. Most of the time it's not sustained. and actually takes us into a place where we're feeling worse. But our brain isn't thinking about that. It's thinking about, get the tiger off my back right now. So another story related to this, why I'm so passionate about it, is one of the reasons why I started Fitlandia is I started to identify my own patterns with emotional eating and overusing alcohol to self-soothe. And that's actually what led me to become a certified hypnotherapist and a nutritional therapist. But in 2015, shortly after I got my nutritional therapy certification, I decided to take a year off of alcohol. And if any of you knew me before then, you would have thought that that was impossible. But of course, I had enough education about nutrition and what was going on in the gut biome, and also the mental patterns that I had to self-soothe, to know that I could do this, and I did. So 2015, I didn't have a drop of alcohol. And that's really what I'm going to bring to you today, is a couple techniques that are going to help you, whether it's the Oreo cookies or the Girl Scout cookies or the potato chips or the ice cream, or it's alcohol or some other form of something that you wish you weren't overusing that you are right now. I'm going to give you some techniques to help you with that. And then what we want to do is then build a pattern of transitioning to things that do serve our health goals. So how awesome would it be to crave a good workout to self-soothe? I actually went for a 5.5-hour, 40-mile, 38 elevation gain bike ride yesterday. And man, what it did for my brain. I was lit up at the end of that. So the old me would have been drinking a bottle or two of wine to self-soothe. And the new me is like, no, let's get out on the bike for several hours. Let's get those endorphins pumping. Let's get some adrenaline going, even because I was feeling trauma in my body from that much of a workout. And that's really what we're working to do today, is help you design some strategies that are going to get you through these times in a healthier way. So with that, I'm going to invite you all to turn off the notifications on your phone and your computer. Find a really nice, comfortable, relaxed space to get into wherever you are. You can be in a seated position or you can lay down. But just take in 3 deep breaths now. And you can allow yourself to find a nice natural rhythm with your breath, or you can continue this deep breath work. But you notice even in this short amount of time, you can start to feel relaxed. Maybe on every inhale, you notice that you can just feel this refreshing sense of energy coming into your body. And on every exhale, you can start to release anything that isn't serving you. Tension, pain, frustration. Allowing your muscles to relax. Take a few more deep breaths now as you listen to my voice, and imagine above your head is a beautiful golden light coming down from the sky. And that light starts to shine down upon your head, touching the very top of your scalp, brushing past your hair as it cascades over your face and your neck and your shoulders, allowing you to feel so relaxed right now. As it moves past your shoulders, down your arms, Releasing tension in your elbows and your wrists. Your fingertips now connected as that golden wave continues over your torso. Allowing your belly to feel relaxed as you inhale and expand it, taking in even more refreshing air. Allowing you to release anything remaining that isn't serving you on the exhale. That light continuing past your hips and your thighs, releasing your knees, your calves, your ankles, past your toes and into the floor beneath you, penetrating into the ground and all the way to the core of the earth, where you can now feel supported above and below, grounded and protected in this space. Take a few more deep breaths now. Imagine your mind as a clear blue sky, wide open, receptive. And for some of us, it may be a little busy. And as other thoughts creep in, just imagine a beautiful, fluffy cloud drifts by to carry those thoughts away with ease, leaving you clear to explore your inner wisdom, your creativity. Play with your imagination. And for a moment, consider your intentions for being here today. Maybe some of you saw the title of the meditation and thought, yes, this is what I need. Take a moment to reflect on what's happening in your life right now that's calling a change for you. And I'll be quiet for just a few moments as you do that. Taking those intentions with you on this journey, I want you to imagine now you walk into a classroom, an empty classroom filled with seats and a giant chalkboard in front of you, completely blank and clean, ready for you to go and write and draw, play, be creative. Allow yourself to step into the room and up to this giant chalkboard. Noticing in front of you there are pieces of chalk that you can write with, all different colors. Some are brand new that have never been used, and some are worn down to the nub. But I invite you to pick up a piece of chalk that's calling to you, one that's just for you, that you get to use on this blank slate. Tapping into the deepest part of your mind that knows exactly why you're here, what you're hoping to get out of it today, and what you're fostering for the future. As you grab that piece of chalk and look at the blank slate before you, I want you to just reflect a moment on any habits that aren't currently serving you, that you're ready to shift. Anything that called you to this meditation today, your desire to change it. Just think about those patterns and habits that aren't serving you right now, that you'd love to transform into something that does serve your greatest and highest good, something more authentic to your powerful, strong, healthy self. Each one of us has that within us, the capacity to grow, to transform. As you trust that, what is the one thing that you would love to transform? Take a moment and write that on the chalkboard. With your dominant hand is fine. Just writing with ease what you would like to shift today. As you reflect on that pattern that is no longer serving you, I want you to write on your chalkboard a pros and cons list. So just like you've done some other times before, or maybe you haven't, you can write the word pros in one column and then next to it cons. And these will be the pros and cons to changing a habit that isn't serving you right now. We may initially think that every quote unquote bad habit doesn't have a pro to it, but it does. Everything that we do has some sort of function. So, in that first column, make a list of all the things that you are getting out of your current pattern of behavior. Even if you want to change it, just notice what you get out of it without any judgment. For some of us, it's a release. Others may find it an escape or a distraction from dealing with our pain. The way that it tastes, how we engage with it to socialize. Whatever those pros are, just write them all now. And now move over to the cons list. These tend to be the motivators of change. What is the downside to engaging in this behavior that you're ready to shift and find new ways? What is the detriment to doing this? And you can go ahead and write those now. Take a moment to reflect on these two lists, all the benefits that you get out of even unwanted behavior. And then noticing the list that you've made of all the downsides to it. And as you study those two lists and notice the weight of some of the things that you've listed, maybe your pros list is longer, but the weight of one thing in the cons list is enough to motivate you to want to shift that. Notice what's motivating you right now. And now, off to the side of your pros and cons list, I invite you to write the phrase desired outcome. When you're able to release this pattern successfully, what is the desired outcome that you will gain from letting this pattern go? For some of us, it's getting into our strongest, healthiest body. For others, it's a sense of pride or accomplishment. Some of you may identify with who you are in your truest, most authentic self. Getting back to the essence of who you are and how you show up to be your best. Whatever is motivating you to that desired outcome or that outcome itself, just write that down now. Taking all that knowledge and wisdom that you've gained from the exercises so far, now we're going to move over onto the chalkboard and make a list of 3 things that we could do in these moments of need, when we need to fire up the reward center in the brain, when we need to feel safe, when we need to feel nourished and connected and relieved. What are the top 3 things that you could do to soothe yourself in those moments? Go ahead and write those down right now. Wonderful. Now imagine yourself as a superhero with a very special power to transform. You're able to transform a craving for food or alcohol or any other undesired behavior with just a wave of your wand or a throw of a web whatever your superpower is, seeing through to the truth, destroying the obstacle, whatever it is, create your superpower right now that would transform you out of an old pattern and provoke you to do one of the 3 strategies you just created. Maybe throw a ball of fire up to the air that disintegrates the old behavior, while a beautiful light shines on one of your solutions and draws that in. This is your superpower that you get to create just for you to transform old patterns and invite in the new ones that you know will serve your greatest and highest good. Now I want you to find an eraser on the chalkboard and walk over to the patterns of behavior that you're ready to release. And go ahead and erase them from the chalkboard as if they no longer exist in your mind's eye. And continue on over and even remove the pros and cons list. You already understand that. So just remove any attachment to the process of uncovering these old behaviors you're ready to release. Just remove the pros and cons list. Remove the behavior that you no longer want to carry with you. Only focused on these 3 beautiful strategies that will serve you and your superpower that will show up for you every single time you need it. And trust the power of your mind. The more attention that you give to these 3 strategies, the more attention that you give to your superpower, connecting the emotions that you feel and accomplishing this shift, will only help you create new neural pathways in your brain that will sustain this and create a habit for you. So that suddenly, when you get stressed or anxious or fearful or lonely, you notice this ease of skipping through any unwanted behavior over into one of these 3 things that would feel so good, that would give your brain everything that it needs in that moment, and still, even better, support you on living the healthiest life that you can possibly live. This is your invitation to practice. Practice these 3 things that make you feel so good, so safe, so connected. Using your superpower anytime you need it to deflect the old and invite the new. And when you're ready, you can start to open your eyes, move your hands, your arms, your feet, your body. Start coming back into this physical presence. Take a deep breath in. Our brain's so relaxed, so at ease. I would love to hear from any of you that want to share the 3 things that came up for you that will support you on your journey and your superpower. I love that. I love the creativity of the mind. I love hearing your stories. And you're welcome to message those to me at Christa@myfitlandia.com. I love getting any and all feedback. If there is a topic that you would love a meditation on, email me that too. Again, this is in partnership with the Mountain Lodge in Telluride, where we are bringing the mountains to you until you can safely return to the resort and get that escape that you love. If you would like a replay of this meditation and the entire Monday Mountain Meditation series, just go to mountainlodgetelluride.com, sign up for the newsletter there, and every other week now we're going to be sending a link to the full playlist. So we'll make sure that that's out in the newsletter this week, and then every other week we will update that with the entire playlist. With that, I send you all to have a wonderful, beautiful, easy, relaxed, abundant day. And thank you again so much for joining. Take care.